Greetings, Earthians. It is time once again to turn your mental energies toward the infinity of the speed of thought. Travel beyond the edge of the known into the realm of weird science fantasy. Today will be my greatest triumph. Today I will reach for the stars, recognized at last. You've no doubt heard of me, Professor Alec Latham, B.S., Ph.D., F.A.C., and a host of other degrees. My name is a byword in the field of rocket research. I was the one who developed the fuel used in the V-18, the guided missile which reached an altitude of 3,000 miles. I was the one who designed and built the Latham rocket engine, which today will carry me into space on man's first trip to the moon. And it all began back in Colvard Polytechnic Institute. That day I tested a new fuel mixture I'd just developed. It was such a minute quantity, too. Luckily, the students attending my lab lecture escaped with only minor scratches and bruises. I, however, was not as fortunate. They carried me away on a stretcher.
Poor old guy, he's hurt pretty bad. Think he'll live? I don't see how. He was right on top of the explosion.
Long months of hospitalization followed. By some miracle, I managed to survive. During my weeks of immobility, lying on that hospital bed, my brain throbbed with activity. The explosion had performed one good thing. It had given me the lead to my greatest discovery. Of course, how stupid of me not to have realized it. Nurse, doctor, I've got to get out of here.
Easy does it, Professor. You're lucky to be alive. You'll be up and around soon.
As soon as I was discharged from the hospital, I reported to the university. There was so much work to be done.
It's good to have you back with us, Alec. It's been so quiet around here while you were laid up.
The explosion was an unfortunate accident, Dean Miller. I hope you're not thinking of restricting my activities because of it.
Nah, not exactly, Latham, but your experiments of late have been a little too dangerous for a college laboratory. We, don't want to court disaster.
I am a responsible scientist, Dean Miller. You needn't have any worries on that score. I plunged into my research with the zeal of a fanatic, and at my regular classroom lectures I appraised my students of my latest theories. This is the formula that will open the door to space for us. The stars will be our stepping stones. We are on the brink of the space travel era.
Better watch out, Prof. Next time you might blow up the whole university.
My students mocked me. They laughed at me, insulted me. Go ahead, jeer. They jeered at Galileo when he said that the Earth revolves around the sun. They laughed at Watt, Newton, Edison. Mars, here we come! I was enraged by their indignities. You're a pack of imbeciles, ignoramuses. I can make spaceflight possible, and you react like medieval inquisitors.
Get the straitjacket, boys. The prof is off his trolley.
I lost control completely. Get out! All of you! Get out of my classroom! I don't want to see your stupid faces again! Get out!
Hey, you think that explosion affected the old creep?
Hey man, let's go before he gets violent.
I ranted and raved after the classroom was vacated until Dean Miller came and put his hand on my shoulder. Morons! Idiots! You'll see! I'll show you! Huh?
You will report to my office tomorrow morning at 10 sharp, Professor Latham.
The next day, I faced an irate board of trustees who delivered their ultimatum.
Either you give up this ridiculous theory of yours, or we will be forced to ask for your resignation, Latham. There's no room at Culvard for crackpot experimentation.
Crackpot, is it? Ridiculous, is it? Well, don't bother asking me to resign, gentlemen. I quit. That night I withdrew my life savings from my account and left Culvard for good. The day will come when they will come crawling to me, asking forgiveness, begging me to return. I'll show them. I'll prove to the world that spaceflight can be ours in this era. And I'll do it alone. I found an old dilapidated farm for sale and bought it. There was a huge old barn on the property. Perfect. Just the place for my laboratory workshop. No maddening distractions, no moronic giggling students, no prying faculty. In the weeks that followed, the old barn was soon transformed into a well-equipped experimental lab. Trucks came and went, delivering materials and equipment I'd ordered. I spent every dime I'd saved.
Where do you want this contraption, Professor?
Put it here, near the window. And you! Be careful with that centrifuge! I set to work. I designed and redesigned, blueprinted and re-blueprinted, and slowly my dream began to take shape. My crowning glory, the Latham rocket engine.
Howdy, stranger. What's that you're building? Some newfangled milking machine?
Who are you?
Go away. Name's Jenkins, stranger. I live down the road a piece. Say, this sure is a strange-looking barn.
I'm not a farmer, Mr. Jenkins. I'm a scientist. And now, if you'll please leave the way you came in.
Hey, you ain't building one of them atomic bombs, are ya? Folks around here wouldn't like that. Shucks, if it went off, the livestock would...
I'm not building an atomic bomb, Mr. Jenkins, and I would appreciate it if you would stop bothering me. I'm a busy man. That was the first time I saw Hiram Jenkins. He was a nosy old fool. He kept coming around and annoying me after that, interrupting my work.
Well, bust my britches. What in tarnation is that thing? It sure looks queer.
I can't tell you, Mr. Jenkins. It's secret work. Now please go.
You a spy? You a communist?
No, for God's sake. Can't you see I want to be left alone?
You ain't acting very neighborly, stranger. Maybe Constable Coogan might be interested in what's going on here.
Wait, I'll tell you if you promise to keep it a secret. I'm building a rocket ship engine. I'll never forget how he laughed at me, like my students the day before I resigned.
Rocket ships? Say, that's kid stuff. You feeling all right, stranger? Rocket ships.
Get out of here, Jenkins. Get out this minute. If you ever come back here again, I'll kill you. He got out, but Jenkins was a stubborn man, not easily deterred. Meanwhile, between his irritating visits, I worked feverishly on the engine. I slept only in snatches. I couldn't afford to waste the precious time. And when the government sees this engine in actual operation, test the thrust I calculate it will deliver, they'll have to build a rocket ship for it. They'll have to.
Howdy, neighbor. Say, I see you ain't left for the moon yet. Smatter! Run out of gas!
Jenkins' last visit came just as I'd placed a small amount of my special rocket fuel into the newly completed rocket engine's firing chamber. I say it was his last visit because as he stood there laughing and jeering, I lost control of myself. I saw red. My blood pounded in my head.
Get a horse! That thing looks like a Stanley steamer!
I warned you, Jenkins. I pressed the firing switch. The fuel ignited. The engine roared. Jenkins was standing in exactly the right spot. He was instantaneously burned to a crisp. I stood over Jenkins' charred and smoking corpse, trembling like a scared rabbit, not because of what I'd done to him, but because of the excitement of success. It works! My engine works! And you, Jenkins, have been the first casualty of the new space travel age. I started to laugh. The roar of the engine still reverberated and echoed through the surrounding countryside. When I get to the moon, I'll name a crater after you, Jenkins. And then I had new visitors. The noise of the rocket exhaust had brought them.
What's going on here? Is this the thing that made all that racket?
Hey, Larry, look. On the floor. A body burned to a cinder. The state troopers seemed sympathetic when I told them of the tortures I'd suffered from Jenkins' maddening interference. He kept coming back, laughing at me, distracting me, interrupting my work. You realize how important my work is, don't you? You understand how I had to get rid of him, don't you? Sure, Professor, sure. Now, why don't you come along with us? They led me out to their car. I objected, but they put my mind at rest. My engine! It's finished! I can't leave it now! I must tell the government about it! Convince them to finance the building of a rocket ship!
The government will be very interested in you, Professor. Don't you worry.
The troopers were right. The government was interested. A great scientific body listened in stunned silence to my eloquent account of my important work. Why, the body burned instantly. Such thrust will surely carry a rocket ship beyond the gravitational pull of Earth. And from that moment on, I was well guarded. It was understandable. The government had a valuable mind working for them. They couldn't afford to have me fall into the hands of enemy agents. Of course such precautions are necessary, but I want to see how work on the ship is progressing.
Don't worry, Professor. Everything is right on schedule.
From my well-guarded living quarters, I periodically sent last-minute calculations to the launching site, ordering that they be included in the rocket ship design. Did you deliver my message?
Of course, Professor. They said thanks.
Today, launching day, dawned bright and clear. A little while ago I was feted well. Everyone came to see me off. A priest was there, blessing my safe voyage. I ate a hearty meal. Might say this will be my last meal on Earth for a while, eh, Father?
Pray with me, my son.
And now my hour of triumph has arrived. 0 hour -5. They're leading me down the corridor to operations. The ship is waiting. The Latham rocket engine inside it. Waiting to carry me to the stars.
Here he comes.
Ah, the gentlemen of the press. I guess I ought to make a statement for posterity, eh?
No time for that now, Professor.
The moment that I've waited for so long has arrived. My assistants are strapping me into my shock couch, placing my crash helmet on my head, adjusting my pressure suit.
All ready, sir.
Yes, I'm ready. A thrill surges through me. I am going to be the first man to hurtle upward across the vast gulf of uncharted space. I can see the ship in which I sit, roaring skyward, starbound. Now, in the dim light of the control room, I see my chief technician reach for the takeoff switch, counting off the seconds. Then, I feel the agony of takeoff, the electrifying pressure of 9 Gs, the blinding ecstasy sweep through me as I reach for the moon.
He's dead, Warden.
Sentence has been carried out, gentlemen. You may say that Professor Alec Latham was put to death for the murder of Hiram Jenkins by being electrocuted on January the 17th, 1954 at 11:30 p.m. Thank you. Good night. Once again, we return you to your pre-scheduled mundanity.